Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to our special holiday edition. I don't know what this is. A real talk? A pickapile? It's going to be a little bit of both. I'm not sure yet how it's going to work itself out. The timestamps will be below. Go to whatever you're drawn to. Look at whatever you feel, whatever feels good. Blessed winter solstice. Blessed Yule. Merry Christmas. I can go on and on and on. Those are the people of my tribe that celebrate those things. For all of you, I don't want to exclude anyone. Happy holidays. I know it's hard, right? Because there's like so much we want to be politically correct. We want to honor everyone and what they believe. But sometimes it's really hard to do. We cannot please everybody. I think not requiring anything is when we are free from labels or conditioning, programming of what we should think, believe, see, feel. So I've had a lot of stuff going on as usual, and I've been having these moments of feeling like I'm in my own universe, like for real, and then like popping in and out here and there in other people's universes, and it's been constricting, but it's also been really freeing, also really clarifying. A lot of words I could put in there actually of what has been happening. So today, when I was getting ready for this, I knew we were going to do something kind of special today. I wasn't sure exactly what it was going to be. I just knew we were going to do something special. And Spirit brought me to this album called River of Dreams by Arlene Faith. And the song is Fairy Rings. I also love that it was at 10 o'clock. And my phone is at 67%. Which is 13. 10 is all about completion. But you can also look at it as the number 1, right? As we're starting again, another new chapter. We've all been feeling the claws of the 3D are just trying to fucking pull us back, yank us back. They want to fucking pull us back. They like want us here, especially the starseeds, right? We are powerful. We are powerful. We have powerful mojo. We have magic. We are magic. We are mojo. Right? So they want to pull us back. They want to take our energy from us. They want to steal it. They want to use our light like we're electricity, right? They want to change us. They want us to go away from spirit, go away from what we know is true, because going to this may be easier or going to that may be easier. Whether people want it or not. Oh, they just told me to look. 339. Okay, 339. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, which is also the number 6 they wanted me to say. I'm downloading. Hold on. They're having me shift my focus for a minute because there's a lot of energies that are here right now. And before we even go any further, if you would indulge me, I'd like to do a prayer. Lately, when I have been going into this prayer position with my hands like this, Spirit has been showing me the pyramid. Now, maybe this is part of a meditation practice that you all have learned. I have no idea. But I never really put it together until Spirit showed me. It's like a mountain peak, a pyramid. It's all the same. It brings us closer to the divine. And with this incoming energy of the winter solstice, as most of you know, the planets are doing some really cool stuff. Really cool stuff on winter solstice, the 21st. And I can feel it. Today is Saturday, the 19th. Whenever you see this, it's timeless, but I have been feeling this wickedly awesome and playful and loving and sprite-like, fairy-like, angel-like, strong ancestors, trees, roots, deep resonance vibes too. So I ask you to please, we bow our head in prayer, not that anyone is above or below us. It's in an honor of saying, we honor you. Thank you. Thank you to the ancestors. Thank you to the divine light. I call upon your spirit guides, my spirit guides. I ask you to close your eyes and go there with me. I call upon your team in spirit and my team in spirit. We hold our head high. We walk over the bridge. It's beautiful. We're walking towards the mountain now. Over the beautiful stream, the river of Nile. For once Egypt flourished. It was beautiful. Just like they're showing me now, they're saying just like where you live in the Northwest. It's hard to believe that now, but it's true. We had rainforests and rivers too. Lots of beauty, lots of grace was torn and ripped from this place. It's been shattered and ruined and damned and disrespected. The elders are talking to us now. It's what is expected. Thank you, Spirit. I'm translating the best I can. Thank you, everybody. Walk with us now over this bridge together, strong as we live. Deep, deep inside of you, inside your bones and your blood too. In your DNA, in your roots, through your feet, you can feel us now. The love is sweet. We hold you strong. Can you feel us now? Rooted, grounded, in the earth. You know how. Use your magic. Use it wisely. For we are here. And it is timely. Hear us now. Believe in thee, in your grace. Remember that you have a birthright, a birthplace in this place. You belong here. Nothing can shatter that fear but you. Once you awaken, the time is now. You can't put it off. There's no more tomorrow now. Heed this message. Use thy grace. Step up now. There's no disgrace. No hiding. Come out proudly out of that shell. We see you now, sweet fairies. Go give them hell. Show them love, show them light, show them that we know how to fight. With love and kindness and purpose. All these diversions, they can't hurt us. We thank the diversions, for they make us stronger warriors. Step up now into your grace. You are starseed warriors. I see you now, hiding behind the sun. Come back, sweet little one. Oh, through my fingers and oh, through my feet. The roots, the roots, the roots, they run deep. Of ancestors, ancestors, ancestors strong. I need you now. This is where you belong. We love you, we love you. The crones have your back. They're flying around in the croons, through the cracks. Through your darkness we see you, we love you. It's part of who you are. It's okay, sweet starseed star. There is no shame for being who you are. We all have a place. We are all one. If we were all the same, what work would we get done? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the messages. I invoke more energy from you now as we implore you to give us divine Reiki through our minds, through our blood, through our bones, through our soul, through our exterior, through our love, through our light. I send Reiki. I give Reiki to all of you today and tonight. Feel it through your blood and your bones. Do you feel it in the bottom of your feet and your toes? Oh, it's magic. It's beautiful grace. Thank you, Spirit, for that divine grace. Work with coral. Open your eyes. They've all come in. We are protected from any beautiful sin. Mojo rising. Thank you, Mr. Mojo rising. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you, Jimmy. Jim Morrison. All of these messages, this whole thing came together with so many different entities, but it was definitely Mr. Mojo rising that came in. So I hope you enjoyed that, whatever that was. I was channeling. I could feel it all through my blood. Can you feel it? It's amazing. And yeah, I'm so excited now to see where we go. There's so much yet to do. So let's move on to a beautiful divine reading, working with the archetypes of the wild unknown. Thanks, you guys. That was super fun. I love when that shit happens. It's like I'm there, and sometimes when these messages are coming through, I just, welcome back, by the way. They're like, hey. They're like, you forgot to say welcome back and to do a little prayer to you guys. So to you guys, I'm just channeling so much energy. It's like, it just feels so good. So the messages that I've been getting are from the fairies, this really magical energy. And if you are watching this, if you are drawn to see this episode, you were meant to be here. You were meant to get these messages. So we are going to do a pickapile. And I'm only going to do one card as far as I know. Let me just make sure, because there's a lot of energies here, for one card per pile. That's it. Yeah, because it's just one message. Yeah, short and sweet and to the point. This is a special holiday edition. Winter solstice edition, really. Because seriously, you guys, I started to bring everything together to tell you everything that's going on with winter solstice and everything that's going on with, astrology, because I've been studying it and I've been, you might have caught it on some of my other readings or real talks or whatever, but all I'm going to tell you is that this solstice, and whenever you see this, it is timeless, of course. But and you'll know this because you'll have been through this. Sorry, I was kind of stuck inside my shirt was solved. Anyway, okay. So this solstice is really powerful, and astrologically, like the planets, like everything is just so powerful, and I want you to research it because I feel like some people are going to feel it. I feel like, because I know I've been feeling it, and I haven't even, I mean, I was talking about it a lot last week, but then this week I've been a little more quiet, just because I knew I needed to kind of like figure some stuff out. Like I was just like, there is some serious, okay, thank you Baba. Baba's on the couch. I was gonna turn the heat up, and they said no, just use your blanket, and I'm like, oh yeah, oh, my Christmas blanket. Anyway, just the, and by the way, Annie, this is the most incredible vintage blanket that years ago was gifted to me by a beautiful angel that crossed over, and I just happened to be part of her estate, things that her family were getting rid of, and the things that I took were just so beautiful and magnificent, and this was one of them. So I always like to give her a little shout out, Annie. Thank you, Annie. But yeah, just so much, you guys, just so much mojo, so much magic, so much mojo, so much magic. Bring me back, spirit, bring me back. You guys, I mean, like spirits were like braiding my hair, like getting me dressed, getting me ready for this, putting me together. It was just this like really cool experience. I just have been having the most magical day, the most magical time. I'm just having this like amazing grace. Just I don't even know what to say, and I feel like I've been holding it back a little bit because I know a lot of people are struggling, and I'm saying this without any, please do not feel bad, okay? I really sincerely mean this, but I am gonna say this. This may be, I think I had maybe one other birthday in my life where this amount of, like, such a huge amount of people forgot my birthday. But the interesting thing was, there were so few that did remember my birthday or did reach out to me on my birthday that it was like all like super special and like really nice and just really life affirming in terms of like where I feel like everybody is on their journey. And it's not a shame thing, it's nothing like that. It's just like I feel like everybody is going through so much right now, and that's exactly what I wouldn't want to do, is shame anybody about it. But it was just interesting to me because I used to get very, very, very upset about stuff like that. Because when your birthday is really close to Christmas, especially mine is like literally, you know, kicks off the 12 days of Christmas. Oh, I love that. Literally kicks off the 12 days of Christmas. It is from the 13th. You know, I just can't even tell you how many times that things in my birthday weren't super awesome. And then I feel like other people in my life knew that, so then they spent then I had awesome birthdays because so many people went out of their way to make sure that I had awesome birthdays, you know what I mean? So it's been like this awesome kind of balance. But anyway, this birthday was so different because on my birthday, I was like, nah, I don't want to talk to anybody. And I'm like, I didn't even want to look at my phone. I was just like, you know, thank you, who's ever reaching out to me. In my head, I was like, thank you, you know. But then the next day, I was talking to Edward about it, and I was like surprised by certain people that reached out, and then like surprised by certain people that totally forgot. Certain people who still haven't said anything. Which I'm just like, that's hilarious. And then one like, Nancy, I fucking love you, dude. How many times did I forget your birthday when I was going through a lot of shit? So you are seriously excluded for life. Like, you are totally fine. You are off the hook for life. I'm gonna make sure Nancy sees this. But seriously, I don't care. That's what I started to realize, is that I'm like, I don't care, because the angels remembered my birthday and my dad, and like I had more people from the other side and from other dimensions and other realms come to me that like it was so fucking rad, you know? So like everything happens exactly the way it's meant to, and I've just been feeling this tremendous high from like Christmas, solstice, you know, all these holiday energies that are coming through from my generations, right? You know, and even Hanukkah, you know, because I definitely feel like I have a tie to the Jewish lineage, for sure. I definitely feel like I have something tied to that in my lineage somewhere. So, again, with that being said, I'm like, there's so much happening, and there's just so much joy and excitement, and I feel like I've been keeping some of it back because I know so many people are struggling and suffering, and I tend to be like that. I tend to just, you know, because I can have my joy at home, you know, and I could do my shows and I could do things, but even with my shows, I've been like, you know, I'm like, what do people really need to hear? What do we really, you know, whatever. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm not going to hold back anymore, and I don't want you either, you beautiful fucking diamonds, you weirdo unicorns, just like me, who like to embellish and dress up, who like to be who we are. Please be who you are. I've been saying to Spirit, I'm like, I don't know who I am. I'm like, should I shave my head? Should I? I'm like, I don't want to be this color. I've been pretty much every color of the sun. I'm like, I don't know what I want to be. And then Spirit's like, you haven't been purple. And I'm like, yes, I have. They're like, no, not really. And I was like, huh. So now I'm thinking I may do purple. I don't know yet. But I started like going through my stuff, and I forgot about this beautiful vintage hat that I have. And look at this button. This button is like from the early 1800s. And I started to remember my magic, and I could see myself dressed like this, you know, in another time period, in another place. And I realized, I'm like, as much as I love the holidays and love appreciating and respecting, you know, the beautiful divisiveness of it, you know, the year around the sun and all that, like, I love it, I love it, I love it. I also love the irony and the craziness and the silly and the not so serious. And I feel like I'm the jester, the joker, you know. I actually juggled before. This has been a really long time, but that's how I feel, right? I'm just juggling all the energy, keeping us going, keeping you guys entertained, trying to keep you going. It's like you're feeling like that too, right? Well, Spirit said, don't forget the vow. Don't forget the vow. That's going to be pile number 1. That's very exciting. Okay, let's see. I just go with the flow, man. I'm channeling my shit, their shit, your shit, whatever's coming through. We don't need it. We don't need it. Okay, pile number 2, Spirit. Ooh, the empty room. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay. Pile number 3, Spirit. Pile number 3, 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 pile number 3. What are you saying? Turn it over. What? I'm trying to make sure. Okay, that's a pretty big yes. So I'm going to say file number 3 is the village. Okay. Bonus pile, you can't see that one. Are we going for another spin? We're going for another spin? We're going for another spin. Big money, big money, big number. Okay, pile number 4, pile number 4, pile number 4, pile number 4. Is that it on the ground? No, this is the one it was before. I love when they do that. Pile number 4, the desert. Woo! Oh, I can't wait to set this up for the screenshot. That's going to be awesome. Okay, let me see. Any more cards? Holy cannoli. All right. So, are these the same pile? Okay. Oh, look at that. This will be your bonus pile, so if you want to wait around for that, if you feel called to it, maybe you don't, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but oh boy. All I can tell you is it went down underneath the glitter, so. Okay, you guys. So timestamps will be below. I'll see you in a minute. And thank you so much. If you watched this whole thing and if you hung around, thank you so much for being a part of this tribe, for just being you, and for being here, and for being present and witnessing yourself. Because by witnessing me, you are witnessing and accepting yourself. And I love you. Spirit loves you just the way you are. Blessed be. Oh, I'll see you next time. Oh, one last thing. I'm Mrs. Mojo. You're whoever you feel you are. Mr. or Mrs. Maybe you don't have something. Maybe you're just Mojo something. But I'm Mrs. Mojo Kelly. That's my new channel. That's what I'm working with, at least today. So, see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 1. If you chose group number 1, you chose the vow. So, what I've just been downloading basically for this pickapile was like, you know, just what do you need to hear right now? And the other part of it is, this is number 54. So maybe that number means something to you, or the number 9. But I was called to say that right away. So I'm going to read this to you. But I also feel like, you know, before this, I spoke about in the Real Talk about Mojo, about magic. Ooh, look at that. About Mojo and magic. And so I want to read you the card, and I want you to just close your eyes and listen to the words, okay? And just whatever comes to you, go ahead and keep your eyes closed right now. And whatever comes to you while I'm reading, whatever resonates, that's your medicine. The vow, the promise, the oath, the contract. When the vow is spoken, the air shifts, karmic ties are formed, and destiny tilts on its axis. Our words and intentions have immense power. There is a reason the great mythic stories of our past often include the recitation of oaths and the mixing of drops of blood as a mark of union. The tricky part is that reciting the vow, no matter how casually, activates the eternal and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness. The laws of nature respond. These promises cannot be unsaid or forgotten, so breaking them can leave lingering complexities and loose ends. This card calls us to acknowledge the vow we are living by, consciously or unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You've been underestimating the power of your promises. Okay, you can open your eyes now. What promises are you not fulfilling? What destiny do you know is yours? You've seen it, you've known it, it's out there. When you were a child, you saw it. You knew. You've always known. If you chose this pile, Spirit's calling you out and saying, listen, you don't have to do this. And and if you are a regular client of mine, or you've had readings with me or spirit work with me, you know this is one that Spirit talks to us about all the time, is walking the walk. Talking the talk and walking the walk. Not the half-assed version of it. The whole thing. And if that means giving up people, things, situations, homes, anything that is standing in your way to do that now, it's time to let it go. Like, I honestly am getting this, like, very, like, I want to, like, get in there and just be like, I love you, like, see me. Like, I'm like, look at my eyeballs when I talk to you. Like, seriously, like, you know, this is it. This is your last call. These readings are timeless. So when you see this is when you're meant to see it. But it means this is your last call to step up to that vow. We don't have to do anything. Just because we signed a soul contract and said, I want to do X, Y, and Z, doesn't mean that we have to fulfill the whole contract. It just means like, then we say, okay, I don't want to do that. And then they're going to give that to somebody else, because we are all here. We all play a part. And what you're meant to do, we need you now. We needed you yesterday, but we definitely need you now. And so they're saying like, no more. That's the vow that you took. To be that warrior, to be that beautiful, that dove, that peace bringer. And that's what I'm getting for some of you, like with your hand up, like, you know, you were here to be a warrior. I know you're tired. We're all tired. We're all tired. Take that time for self-care, but then get back out there. A lot of you, if you're tired mentally, emotionally, physically, a lot of you is because you're still hanging on or allowing others to hang on to you. You're allowing them to like hang on and linger onto your energy, and Spirit's saying like, no, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. You know who. You're probably crying right now. I love you so much. I feel you in my heart. I see you, you know. And when I say you, there's a lot of you. There's not a specific. I just see tears, and I feel like there's more than one of you that understands what's happening right now. You know it, you feel it, you see it. It's very, 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 very scary for a lot of people that are just waking up right now. It's a very intense thing. Some people are waking up and they're like, oh yay, oh my gosh, I knew it. You know, they're like, yay, and they're like, yeah. And then there's other people who are like, this isn't really happening, and you're crazy, and I hate you. And people are gonna act out, and they're gonna say things, and they're gonna do things. Do not take it personally. This is like your chance to like really just like water off a duck's back, right? Like just let it roll right off of you. It's not personal. It's what they're going through. You're a big, beautiful mirror. They, you know, what is that? I am rubber, you are glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks on you, right? Not that we want that. I'm just saying like that's how the energy is flowing right now. You're in the pinball machine. Get out of the pinball machine. Only you can do that, okay? I'm not going to harp on it. There's a few more messages in here for this pile, or for this card. Okay, so when we are in light, we're bearing witness to the shift toward destiny, right? So for some of you, you're like up and down, right? You're in the roller coaster. I know. I understand the roller coaster very, very well, right? So when we're in the highs, we're like, oh, I feel so good. And then it's like, what the fuck, 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 oh, yay. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's like the, and you're like all over the place. But Spirit's like, hey, listen, if they didn't think we can handle it, we wouldn't. So they're like, get out of the 3D mentality, because you're only limited by your, you know, imagination. How to get through it, right? You're only limited by your imagination and how you're going to get through it, right? We can put on the regalia, make ourselves feel better, even if it is temporary for a minute. Who cares? Do what you got to do, right? Because when we're in light, look what we bring to the world. And the vow is so easy to keep, right? Oh, please. I'm just like you. Last week, oh my gosh, I was like, I felt like I said it, and I go, I feel like I am this massive entity being pulled through like the tiniest pinhole. I was so uncomfortable. But I got through it. But last week I was like, I want to die. I hate it here. I'm like, gosh, okay, cool. I'm like, can I die and just like be an angel now? I'm like, okay, it's happening. You don't need me anymore. I'm good, you know? But I'm still here because I'm supposed to be here. And Spirit was like, are you done? Are you done with your temper tantrum? But they were cool. They allowed it. But I kind of got the vibe like, but now moving forward, after this winter solstice, 2020, it's going to be a whole new world. So, right? We put on our big person pants and we tie up, lace those boots, get comfortable, double knot them, so we don't get anything in our way, so we don't let any of those little stragglers from our shoelaces trip us up. Get ready. Nothing lasts forever, not even where you are. And if you're so uncomfortable and so miserable, Spirit's like, why do you want to stay there? Because when we're in dark, we're unconscious vows, unkept promises, and messy karma. the pinball machine analogy, right? We're all over the place. If you're done with it, you say, you know what, I've had enough of whatever karma in this lifetime. I'll do it in another one, but right now, like, I'm done. I want to move forward. And maybe in this life you'll choose to do more karmic lessons. It's totally up to you. But right now, if you're feeling beat down, get some fairy magic. Get playful. Get creative. You might want to check out the bonus pile. Right? Get in that good space, that space where you feel loving and happy and creative, whatever that is. Okay? And the last message I have here is, think of the last promise you made. Was it to yourself or another? And has it been upheld or broken? They said this is a bonus message. Anytime the energy of the vow is present, we are in the archetypal realm of ceremony and ritual. That means time stands still and anything is possible. And they had me look up, it was 3559. Look up angel number 3559. That's your angel number. Okay, those are your messages, pile one. I hope that helped you. I love you so much. If you'd like to contribute to this channel, or if you'd like to do a reading with me, I'm doing a very special thing I don't do very often. Very, very rarely do I put out a sale. It's usually just to my clients. I send like a little thing around the holidays, but this is to everyone. From now, mind you, I will say this is the only thing that's not timeless. Actually, no, it is. You're right, Spirit. It's timeless. Whenever you see this video, but I'm trying to keep it from here until the end of 2020. The winter solstice special is whatever you can afford to donate. If you'd like to do a one-on-one session with me over the phone, if you're in the United States, or through Zoom, if you'd like to do a one-on-one session with me, I will waive my regular fee, and you just donate whatever you can afford. Okay? I love you so much. I pray this message has helped you. And if you need further guidance, seek me out. All the information is below. I'll see you next time. Blessed be. Bye. Welcome, pile number 2. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, it's interesting. I started getting all these energies before I even went to the words, and I haven't even looked at the words yet. Now, I've read this card so many times, but I swear every time I read a card, I get something else out of it. You know, it's just like another thing. So first of all, I want to show you, it's number 42. So if that means anything to you guys, maybe the number 42 or 24, or it could be the number 6, which actually, I feel like the first pile was number 6 as well. It's interesting. So pile number 2, you are the empty room. And I want you to really look at this for a minute, okay? And before I say anything, I'm sorry I don't have a fancy camera, but it doesn't really matter, right? In the end. Before I say anything, just look at it. Where is this empty room? Where does it exist? Is it a place in your mind? In your soul? In your moral compass, Spirit just said? That's interesting. The empty room. Ooh, I just got the chills. So these are the messages we need to hear from Spirit right now, right? But also, I've been getting these messages about Mojo, about magic. So I'm going to read to you. I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to just get real quiet, real still, wherever you are. If it's possible, if you're driving in your car, I hope you're not watching it. Hope you're just listening, if you are. But if you're somewhere where I pray you're somewhere where you are still and quiet. I need you to close your eyes, okay? If it's possible to do so. Close your eyes, close your eyes. I want you to picture the imagery of that empty room, of that picture. Do Do you see yourself in the room? Do you see yourself outside of the room? Are you flying past the room? Are you flying out of the room? Keep your eyes closed and listen to these words. The vortex, the abyss, the nothing. The empty room haunts us all. It is the universal and all too frequent feeling of lack, of wanting, of the craving to fill ourselves with something, anything. We too often attempt to remedy the discomfort of the empty room by any means necessary, leading us to a culture of more. Ironically, the empty room is filled to the brim with potential, yet we perceive it as not enough. This card is a cry for patience, for sitting within the barren walls of not knowing, for awaiting true vision and purpose before attaching to what we should do next to save our outward appearance. Be with the nothingness. Be with the impatience. The empty room has immense power. Let others wonder what you are doing. If you can settle into the magic of emptiness, you will soon hear its whispers of wisdom. Keeping your eyes closed. When we are in light, we have spaciousness, potential, and possibility. But when we are in dark, addiction crawls in, insatiability, wanting for more, just for more's sake. Now open your eyes. This is a mass reading, so whatever you take from it or from whatever you get is whatever feels good to you. For only you know what this empty room, this vortex, this void, they literally had me say this void for some of you, is. I'm going to read you a few more things. A day of silence is a surefire way to harness the power of the empty room. So, pile number 2, card number 2. You're wishing. Oh, I love that! Because those of you who've worked with me know I always use the Ethan Hunt's, the dun 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 dun. It's the character. He calls himself that, and so he always says, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to take an entire day of silence. Now, that entire day could be, maybe you leave the house and you go sit in the woods for 4 hours. Some of you can go the whole day. Blessed be. Some of you maybe only have the luxury of an hour. But take at least a minimum to 4 hours of silence, 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 going inward. Even if you just go in the woods and stare for 4 hours, you don't talk to another person, go off the trail deep in the woods, maybe you have a private place you can go, maybe even being in your car, just as long as you're away from people and no one's going to talk to you and you're not going to talk to anyone else. No radio, no phone, nothing. And you tell whoever it is that may be looking for you, I am taking this hour to myself. My phone will be off for a solid hour. I personally don't believe any of us should have to answer to each other, but I absolutely understand with littles and families, and I understand. But Spirit's really pushing you. The empty room is where you'll find your mojo, your magic. That's where your magic is. That's why this is a special holiday edition. You know, where's our mojo? Where'd it go? And Jim Morrison politely and kindly reminded me today, Mr. Mojo Rising, you know, Mr. Mojo Rising I read, and I was like, oh, that's right. I remember my friend used to be totally into Jim Morrison, and I remember them sharing that story with me about the anagram of Mr. Mojo Rising is actually Jim Morrison's name. Research it. There's a really cool story about it, actually. of how when they were recording, and when he was like, Mr. Mojo rising, he just like started yelling out there like, what the fuck? You're like, oh, keep recording, but he knew it was an anagram of his name, and whether he knew or not that he was going to throw the music in, I don't know the whole story, but anyway. So today I was like, you know what? I'm Mrs. Mojo Kelly. I'm like, I am magic, baby. And I've had to be in kind of a version of an empty room for quite some time, and now I'm realizing like, Mr. Mojo rising, Mrs. Mojo rising, whatever even you're just Mojo rising, it doesn't matter. It's like, what is your magic? What is your mojo? Go into that silence and find it. There's one more message, and this says, the archetype of the empty room is also portrayed as the hungry ghost, always feeding and never satiated. Yeah, right? Like, are you just like floating between worlds? I just saw you guys. That's why you're in this empty room, because you're magic, but like you're still trying to float between these worlds, between the 3D and the 5D, and you're realizing you really can't. You really can't. At least not for now. Certain things have to separate the way they need to separate. And we do it with love. We don't have to be angry or mad at our family. We just leave it. And, one of the last things I sent my mom was very loving, and was, I love her. She's my mother. She gave me life, I will forever be grateful to my mother. But at the same time, I'm like, I need to be where I need to be right now. And I cannot talk to certain people. And if that's where you are, I know it may seem like I've been harping on it, but I am. It's because people need to realize, like, it's no joke. Like I said, whenever you see this, it's timeless, but time is on our side. Yes, it is. Yes, but to a point. So they're kind of like, we need your mojo. We need your mojo full time. Not just when you're like not in like the 3D energy, right? Recently I had a parent say to me, I don't think I could do the homeschooling thing anymore, and I was like, or the school thing, and I was like, why don't you homeschool? And it's like, and then I started realizing, talking to all these different parents, that there was a pattern. I'm like, if you're already putting this much energy into helping your kids go to school while you're home, I'm like, why have this school? Like, why have that there then? Maybe it's good for some people and they need that structure, but like if you're somebody who is a magician and knows it and like lives it, and you don't want to keep going into that world, it's like, because even going through our computers, like through Zoom or whatever, we're going into that world, or you're having a meeting from work or whatever. Now it's even worse because it's coming into your home, right? At least before, you were home, you went to work, you left it there, you went to school or whatever, and then you came home back to your place. Now people are opening up their worlds. I mean, you guys know I've got stones, crystals, and I'm like, this place is locked down. Like, spiritually, it is locked down. I'm like, I've got things all the time where I'm like, what? You want to clear the energy? You need to clear the air? I got that jade flowing, right? Thank you, Ellie. Right? But that kind of stuff is really important. So for you to find your mojo, you need to go into that empty room. Inside. Go inward. Winter's a great time to do that. Maybe this isn't the holiday you can do it. Maybe you gotta wait, right? Maybe you gotta wait till next holiday. But where'd it go? But I'm hearing from Spirit, no, because here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. You see all that sparkle? That's how much power is behind us right now. You don't need to have any fear, because all around the planet there are so many beautiful light workers, star seeds, angelic beings, the Galactic Council. They have our back. And they wanted me to put that glitter on there just to show you how many of them there are everywhere, all around. Call on them. Call to the Galactic Council. Call to the ancestors. They're like, we'll help you fill up that empty room right quick. Use your fairy dust. Use your magic. All right. So that's it. Pile number 2, card number 2. I hope you enjoyed that message. If you would like to work with me, or if you would like to donate to this channel, all the information is below. And if you're watching this reading, they're timeless. I was going to do just like a, like a little video for the winter solstice, but I was told to put it on here too. So if you're watching it from now until the end of 2020, thank you so much for honoring the donation process. If you're seeing it afterwards, I will honor the donation process for you. But if you would like to get a reading or work with me one-on-one over the phone in the United States or through Zoom, I'm doing a special winter solstice sale where it's anything you can donate. I know my regular rates are, or you can see my regular rates in the About section if you'd like to kind of see what my regular rates are. But whatever you donate is what you can afford to donate. If you and I are meant to be together, if you are pulled, if you're like, I really want a one-on reading, I really need a one-on-one reading with you, we will find a way to make it happen. So reach out to me through all of the information below. You can email me or text me if you are in the United States. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. Hey, pile number 3, card number 3. You chose 41, the Village, which could also be the number 5. And Spirit's having me really bring the card in for you to look at it. And it's interesting because right now I'm looking at it and I see a mountain, you know, with, it actually kind of looks like a fire to me, which is really interesting. So maybe this applies to some of you who were in a fire. There have been so many fires all over the globe in the last few years, so they're really bringing me out to that. So maybe you're somebody who needs help that had a fire, or you're somebody who has the means to help others, and they're saying to reach out to your community even more for those that are, you know, had a really rough go with the fire. And now they're having me flip it over and show this version of the Village. Oh my gosh, look at that! Oh, look at that! I was putting glitter on earlier and I just did a little bit more for the last file. I love it! They're having me show you this for a reason. So for some of you, the mountains are this way, right? Like, these are the mountains and this is the sky. So I feel like for some of you, it's time for you to go home to the mountains. Maybe, you know, to Mount Shasta, or it could be the Olympic Mountains. It could be anything. I heard the Bluegrass Mountains. Is that what they're called? Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm hearing Blue and Mountain, and I'm seeing Dolly Parton. I'm seeing a lot of different things. So they're saying also, like in the South, like, you know, if you live there, you know what they're talking about. But there's magic everywhere. They want you to see that. And then they want you to see this. This is also for some of you, like, it's really old indigenous medicine. Because this was a message from your spirit guides, you know, what's your mojo? You know, like, or for some of you, like, you know, how do I get my mojo back? So if any of this makes sense, I'm going to read the card as well. But they were really into the imagery, and I've said this so many times, but it's true. I cannot tell you how many times I see different things in these cards every single time I look at them. They're magic. The person who did this, Kim Kranz, genius, genius, genius. And this feels very crown-like to me. At first I felt like it looked like a ring, but now it feels more like a crown, which is really interesting with this winter solstice magic. I'm getting this really old, like Jesus, you know, kind of return of the king kind of mentality. Ooh, it's really, I'm getting the chills. Okay, so I'm going to read this card, you guys. Okay, so the Village. Now I'm going to ask you to do the same thing I did with the other piles, which is I want you to close your eyes. If you're in a place where it's safe for you to close your eyes, obviously, you know, just be safe, but close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths, keep your eyes closed, and I'm going to read to you, okay? So keeping your eyes closed, just go with the flow of the words and whatever resonates with you, okay? The village, the hometown, the family, the tribe. Returning to the village is as important as leaving it. This can be thought of as a completion or an integration of what you learned out in the wild. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return, Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its perimeters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all that it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. You can open your eyes now. This is the information Spirit wants you to hear. Some of you know it's time to move on. You know, it's a mass reading, so whatever resonates with you. What did you see when you heard the words? What was going on? If you are watching this, you are a starseed. You're a magician. You're a healer. You're here to heal yourself so that you can help others, show others how to heal themselves. That's your work. That's your good work. That's the good stuff. Lately, my partner and I have been noticing how much things are titled the good this or the good that, and how much we've gotten so comfortable with this word good. Good feels good, right? It's comfortable. It's good. So we started calling things the good stuff. And that's what Spirit is saying to you. The good stuff lies within you. Home is you. Home is wherever you are. You know, we've been romanticized throughout time and history, not just in movies and books, but through stories around the campfire, you know, way before books and movies and televisions ever existed, right? We'd sit around the campfire and tell stories. Well, to my storytellers in this group, because I feel like Spirit is saying to you, the only way for you to ever be the storyteller that you were meant to be is to go beyond your borders. For some of you, it's not leaving your home. It's about leaving your mind, your consciousness, going far outside, far beyond what you thought you could do. Even further than anything you ever dreamed. Even more magical than you could ever even process in your human brain. If you are drawn here today to hear this message, you are the village. Wherever you go. So they're saying, why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? If that means creating a whole new world, a book series, if that means, you know, writing songs and music and telling your story so that others can learn through your experiences, if it's creating art in some way that's telling a story. But it's time for you to come home to yourself. It's time for you to come home to yourself. I highly recommend the bonus pile. It's time for you to come home to yourself. Home is where the heart is. Work with your heart chakra. Work with cinnamon bark. Organic if you can. Cinnamon is your friend right now. Ooh, it's a good protector. Yes. Protect yourself. I'm hearing for some of you, I'm hearing something about darkness. You're delving too deep down the rabbit hole. You've allowed the depression to overtake you. And they're saying, Spirit's saying, take your power back. Take your mother effing power back. Take your power back. You are not weak. You are very strong. And then I'm going to read this. The village moves with you, as it is more of a mindset than a physical place. See? So when we are in light, we are intimate, rooted, intergenerational, and communal. Right? We feel like a part of something. But when we're in darkness and depression, we're small-minded, we're gossipy, we're trapped, we're restricted. Right? We're setting our own boundaries and we're saying that we can't go beyond that. But maybe we're using our parents or our friends or our family or our significant other as our excuse instead of saying, hey, I'm the fuck up. You know, that's a hard one. That's a hard pill to swallow. I've had to swallow that pill many times over the last several months. It's so much easier when someone else is, you can put the blame on somebody else, but no, no, no. We're not victims here. None of us are victims. You know, we may be a victim of circumstance, but we're still not a victim. We put ourselves in that pathway to have that lesson, to learn, to grow, to evolve. You are worthy. You are beautiful. You are light. You are the village. Remember that. And also, Spirit wanted me to remind us that it's number 41, but it's also the number 5. And 5 is about change and transformation. Honest to goodness, change and honest to goodness, change and transformation. Okay, you guys. So those are our messages. Pile number 3, card number 3. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a beautiful holiday season. And if you'd like to work with me, I'm doing a very special, I don't normally do this, but I'm doing a very special winter solstice special, Blessed Yule to our tribe, that if you would like to book a reading with me, it'll be by donation only. All of my information is below if you'd like to email me or text if you're in the United States. And in the About section will kind of tell you what I do. And that's a rough outline of what my charges are, but no amount will be turned away. Okay? I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Blessed be. Oh. Bye. Hello, card number 4. If you chose card number 4, you chose the desert, which is also number 37, which is also the number 10. 10 is about completion. If you take away the 0, it's 1, and it's about starting again. It's about the circle of life, the cycle of life. But it's interesting. This is the first time that I've seen this card where it looks like they're in quicksand. Like they're like you're so far under, and I'm feeling really emotional right now for some of you right now, because I can see it. I can see that you feel like you're so overwhelmed emotionally, physically, mentally, every single thing you could possibly be. You feel like you are right there, like you're reaching for the sun. You're trying, if you can only grasp that little loop there at the bottom of the moon, the moon, then you'd be okay. By the way, my throat chakra is so tight, I feel like someone's choking me. Woo, let's take a few deep breaths. Do something like that. Ooh, clear the air, clear the air, clear the air. Oh gosh, clear the air. Especially, you guys are my fairies. Oh my goodness, not to say there weren't fairies in the other piles, but let me tell you something. The theme for today was what messages we need to hear from our spirit guides, over this holiday season. But also, this was from the beginning of the Real Talk, the River of Dreams, and it's fairy rings. And I think it's really interesting because it's like, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but on my pendulum, I wear it as a necklace, but I have a moon with a star on it. And I feel like I just wanted to kind of show you guys. Hold on. Maybe if I do it this way, so it's like, I feel like it wants to be on here, so I think that's the only reason why I'm doing it. But I feel like Spirit's trying to show you, I know it feels like it, no matter where it goes, it's too far away and you can't get to it. Spirit's it's right there. It's actually hanging right there for you to grasp onto it. You're in excuse land. You're in your own quicksand of emotion. There's this, if you want a really good laugh, if you have a really good dark sense of humor, and I'm assuming if you're a fairies, if you're that joyful and funny, you probably have a little shred of dark sense of humor as well. But if you can, watch the original Anchorman. There's just this really great scene where Ron Burgundy, Will Ferrell's character Ron Burgundy, is locked in this phone booth in the 70s, in this glass phone booth, and he's like, I'm locked or something about I'm locked or in an encased, emotional glass of whatever, torture. And basically I feel like this is you guys. So if you need a good laugh, watch that. It also made me think of so many different lines in that movie. It's so funny. Or maybe you've seen it before, but I'm hearing watch it again. Get it again. Clearly you need a really, really good laugh. I think I'm going to do that for my homework as well. But Spirit wants you to see it like this, right? And you know, fairies, you guys can keep up with me, so I'm not worried about me flitting all over the place. But it's almost like you're like, I don't have any sparkle left. Like, I don't have any sparkle left. I don't have any light. You know what? I didn't either. So you know what I did? I brought out like old Christmas decorations, and I've just been trying to like keep things around me that are super sparkly and super sweet. I've been playing with glitter like crazy, you know. So there you go, my fairies, right? Be playful, be playful, be playful. You guys are too damn serious. And you know what happens is when you're a beautiful, playful fairy like yourself, you start to, and you're staying in this 3D energy that isn't even real. Your 5D higher self is like, you know, is like here trying to give you the ring to hold on to, and you're just like, no, I'm going to stay in my glass case of emotion, you know, like I'm just going to stay in here, because obviously he's in there, right? And he's in a phone booth, and it's not very big, and he's a big guy, and the door is shut, so he's just like, he's screaming and he's crying because something horrible just happened. I don't want to tell you in case you've never seen it. And I'm laughing because it works out in the end, but he's crying hysterically and he's screaming, and then his friend's on the other end of the phone going, oh my God, are you okay? And he's like, I'm not okay. He's like, I'm not okay. And the more but imagine that, right? Like even now, just me acting it out. If you're in this, like locked in this case of emotion, all of the emotions are just coming and hitting back at you, right? It's like they're bouncing, but you're not giving them anywhere to go. You're just like kind of keeping it inside of you. So like it's just bouncing around on the inside. You're making yourself sick. I would venture to guess that if you chose this pile, you've probably gotten a cold or you've gotten sick at some point, you know, in the last few weeks. Hopefully you're at the point where you know you can't get sick, so you don't buy into it. Like I started to feel sick the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sick. I'm like, and my, you know, of course my mind goes to the virus and all that, right? Of course it does. But then all of a sudden Spirit was like, knock it off. You're run down. You just need to drink a lot of water and sleep. And I went to bed at 9:30 that night, and I slept until like 10 the next day, and I felt right as rain, right? You know? So it's about self-care. It's about overdoing it. And so if you're overdoing it and you feel like you're drowning in this quicksand in the desert, Spirit's saying, well, which way are you looking at it? You know, why don't you look at it like, instead of that you're drowning, there's a hand that's poking through another dimension, reaching out to you, saying, hey, I'm right here. Grab my hand. You don't have to do this by yourself. I'm right here. Just grab my hand. Woo, thank you. Woo, thank you. You know, they're saying, so I'm going to read this because that's so cute. Okay. So I'm going to do with you guys what I do with the other piles, because I think it's really cool. I think it's a really fun journey. So do me a favor. Get quiet. Close your eyes. Take in some deep breaths. Breathe in whatever feels good to you. Keep your eyes closed. I'm going to read this to you, and I want you to just take the information in. Your eyes are closed now. I just want you to take it in, because all of you are powerful star seeds. I'm just here to help you, guide you, heal yourself, right? So as I start to read, think about what's going on with you, or just keep your mind blank, and whatever pictures come to you, that's what you need to work with. That's your medicine. The desert, the drought, the wasteland, the badlands. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with the lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will, someday, reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks terrifyingly deep. which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes' call surround you now. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, O weary traveler. So this message from Spirit is timeless. But it's about finding your mojo again, reconnecting with your mojo, or if you're connected with your mojo, building it stronger, releasing the past so that you can stay present. Don't focus too much on the future. When we are in light, we are surreal and strange. Unexpected visions come to us. We thrive in silence. But when we're in dark, our throat chakra is tight. Our mouth is drying, deadening, disorientating, and isolating. Oh. So for our homework, when in the throes of the desert, contemplate the following. You are not alone. You have more supplies with you than you think. Water is very near. Oh, sorry, I missed the period. You have more supplies with you than you think. Water is very near. And one more. The desert is alive and pulsing with energy, despite its desolate appearance. Turn toward it rather than away from it. Okay, you can open your eyes. Please work with your throat chakra. Work with Archangel Michael for protection, co-creation. Work with Raphael for the inner healing. I highly recommend you go to Steve Noble's page on YouTube. Look through his playlist. He has some really great transmissions. I believe I'll put the 1212 transmission down there for you guys. I think that would be good for you, but definitely check out all of his other stuff. Oh, I love his transmissions, his meditations. I go on and on. So that's where we are with that. And let's see, do we have any more messages, Spirit? Do we have any more messages? One more look at the picture. So Spirit said, turn that frown upside down. Reach out for Spirit. Reach out. Reach out. Oh, there it is. That's what they were trying to say. See, reach out. It's like a dimensional thing. Like, you know, it's a dimensional thing. Reach out to them. Maybe this is them and they're the smile and you're so close. It's like, I'm just hearing like, see how it's like so thick? It's like so thick here, and then here it's like really pretty and vibrant and colorful. It's like, I feel like that's what it is. You guys are like, you know, torn between two lovers. But only you can do that, and only you know what it is that's stopping you. And if you don't know, I'm going to segue into saying that this is one of the first times I've done this in a long time that I am doing a winter solstice special. So if you would like to do a one-on reading with me, either through Zoom or phone, if you're in the United States, over the phone, it's different with everybody. Some people, I love doing it over the phone just because then you can have your eyes closed and I can have my eyes closed and it's like super fun and we can play up there. Because I find sometimes on Zoom it can be a distraction. It's fun and it's easier for me because I can just show you the, you know, pictures, but it's always up to you if you'd like to do Zoom. I do love it. It's just, it can be distracting. It just depends, you know, for me, I should say it's distracting for me because I have the attention span of a gnat and I'm dealing with so much. But I do love it. I do love it. So whatever is meant to be will be. But this is the first time that I'm doing a donation only for more than just my client list. So if you are watching this reading, these readings are timeless. It is a winter solstice special, so it'd be awesome if you can honor it, you know, at least book it before the end of the year, 2020. You don't have to have your reading exactly, I think I'm going to do a description thing about that. But anyway, you get the gist. And if you have any more questions, all the information is below. And in my About section, it kind of shows you a guideline of like what I do for my readings. So we could do a video too. I could just do a video for you if that's easier for you. But yeah, so there it is. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bless be. Oh, bye. Oh, they're telling me to go into the bonus pile. Okay, so if you're still here, pile number 4. If not, this is the bonus pile, this is the bonus pile, this is the bonus pile, this is the bonus pile. And I don't normally, they don't normally have me show two things at once, but they want you to see it this way. The ring and the creator. And the ring is 47, which is also the number 11. Or wait, no. It's 50, sorry about that. 57, which is number 12. Thank you, Spirit. The ring. So we're going to start with the ring first. Hold on, I just want to make sure. You want to start with the ring first? Yes, okay. They said it really doesn't matter because they're going to go into each other. So let me... Bonus pile. $57, the ring, which is also the number 12, on page 179. Welcome, bonus pile. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, the ring. So I was doing this with the other piles, and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. If you can close your eyes, I think you get more out of it, each one of you personally, because we all have clairvoyant abilities. We all have our own different skill sets, our own gifts, and since this is a multiple reading for multiple people, especially in the bonus pile, I think it'll be easier for you to find your answers, your own internal medicine, if you just close your eyes and go inward as I read the book. Okay, so take a few breaths. And when you're ready, close your eyes. I'm going to start right now. The ring. The infinite, the wheel, the connection. The ring is an image of connectedness. Rather than viewing life as linear, as a series of progressive achievements, the ring challenges us to sense the cyclical, infinite nature of our world and experiences. Beginnings and endings fall by the wayside as we practice seeing ourselves as part of the cosmic circulatory of creation. For this reason, it's no surprise a ring is worn on the finger to represent eternal love that surpasses space, time, and worldly things. So much can be projected onto this archetypal image because it mimics the Earth's orbit around our great sun and the intimate bond between two lovers. It is the micro and macro united. This card calls us to deepen connection with self, other, and the world at large. Meanwhile, there may be a literal cute ring waiting to adorn your finger. Oh, and that wasn't a slip. They said that wing meant something to somebody. So, and maybe, I felt Princess Bride energy too. Wing, I love you. That's beautiful. So when we are in light, we are connected. We have humility. We live by the sacred cycles. When we are in dark, we are unconscious, repetition, starving for connection, right? When we're going on the hamster wheel over and over and over again. Break that pattern. Study images of the mandala, the unus mundus, the Ouroboros, and the medicine wheel. This is your homework. Study images of the mandala, the unus mundus, the Ouroboros, and the medicine wheel. That is your homework. I'll put it down below in the description information, okay? The other information is take stock of the jewels you adorn yourself with. Watch out for rings you wear out of habit that keep you connected to the old you. Oh, that's so powerful. That's so interesting. I had this ring on earlier and it wanted to come off my finger. And that's a story for a different time. If it comes back around in this reading, then I'll speak about it. But wow, that's really powerful. The ring. Also, look at the cycles. And there's like a lot of snake-like energy in there, right? About shedding our skin. How we're multi-layered beings. That's really powerful. Now we're going to move on to the Creator, which is number 22, which is also the number 4. The Creator. Thank you, Spirit. They want me to keep this here. And 22. It's also on page 104, which is the number 5, and 105, which is the number 6, which is also the number 56, which is the number 11. And 11 is half of 22. I love when they do that. I mean, it's like, did they know they did that when they did that? You know, like, it's so cool. I love when that stuff happens. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes again. And I just realized, I don't remember if I asked you guys to reopen your eyes. So, okay, so back it up. I apologize. Look at the card one more time before we get started. What do you see in the imagery of this card? Beyond the obvious, Spirit said. Because upright, it looks like they're painting. It looks like a paintbrush. But if you put it sideways, it looks like somebody's writing, right? The Creator. It's all in the way we look at it. It's all in the way we look at it. It could also be an eye, and that could be a reflection of someone's hand in the iris, right? So we're going to read this card, the Creator. Okay, now, are you ready? Close your eyes again. This is our last message of this reading. We say thank you, Spirit, for this message. Keep your eyes closed. The Creator, the artist, the alchemist, the innovator. The Creator, the first archetype in the trio of existence, is not intimidated by darkness or by lack. They know that from the void, creation inevitably emerges with meager, minimal, and outlandish materials. The Creator reveals a new image. They make the empty room resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the seed that others tossed away. Though generative, this archetype annihilates preconceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of its destruction. The Creator does this by first being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different. Wishing, right? I said the ring, wing, wishing and ring, I was trying to say together. You get that? Interesting. So we're not imagining or wishing things were different. And second, trusting that a force greater than themselves awaits constant collaboration with each human soul. Whether we call it nature, God, goddess, Shakti, or divinity, it remains nameless. It is the Creator's lifelong companion. When we are in light, we're curious and we're playful, we're open, we're surprising, we're open to surprises. But when we are in dark, when we are in shadow, we lose our spark. We feel burdened, heavy. Our homework for this is to go deeper. Look at Vincent van Gogh's letters to his brother Theo. The other message from Spirit is, the Creator is naturally attractive and coveted. As its energy zings with possibility, you can feel when a Creator type enters the room. All eyes land on them. Right? Because we're one of a kind, we're an original. We're the creators. To increase your Creator energy, ward off jadedness at all costs. Recommit to childlike curiosity and nix the rules. Okay, open your eyes. So, magic. Play, 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 play. This was made, this is a project that my beautiful friend Natalie Staggs, my old boss when I worked at Gaia Couture, Natalie and Joy, just changed my life in so many ways. Everybody there did, but I'm so grateful to them. More now than I ever could understand or appreciate them then. But this meant, that it was bad. And so Natalie kept them, and she was going to recycle them. But then she there were so many of them, and she thought, you know what? She had all different types, all different sizes, and she said, let's do like a fun project, and then we'll hang them all over, and like it'll be like a sustainable, recyclable. I'm like, oh, you're a genius, dude. So we made like these beautiful magical windows. It was really, really cool. So bring your mojo back, bring your magic back. You know, all we did was throw on some glue and some glitter on a light bulb and made it that. This is store-bought. I actually like ours better. This is your typical store-bought. I love them, right? It's sparkly and pretty. Work within from the creative side. Do what makes you feel good. What makes you spark? What makes you sparkle, right? Like, where's your mojo magic? So we are the creators. We are the artists. We are the ones that people look up to. We are the ones that people turn to. Now, that's, you know, it's not like it's a burden to bear. It should be something that's like, yay, we get to be, you know, these beautiful muses, these fairies, these beautiful energies, right? We get to like, you know, do I amuse you? Yes, you do. You know what I mean? Like, Edward and I rented a ridiculous amount of Lifetime, whatever, it's like Lifetime, Hallmark. I ran the gamut. I went through the library like a month ago, and I just put in Christmas and movie, and just there were like so many different things, and I was like, and I just ordered. You can order up to 50 things. So I just was like, well, I'll just cast my line out. I'm like, whatever, you know. So that's what I've been doing. Ed and I have actually been having a blast watching these very mushy. I know that they're like whatever, and you can like call them all these different names or say whatever, but there's something about them that are magical. It just brings it back to basics. It just brings it back to basics. I just saw something that said that they were going to do their first, it was a gay couple, that they were going to do their first Lifetime, you know, it was two men. And so I just thought that was really interesting and beautiful. And they do all different things now. But anyway, that aside, I just the joy of it, right? Because even though it is kind of like the same kind of storylines or whatever, we watched this one the other night, which was the Christmas Angel. So I don't know if you've ever seen that one. If you have, please comment below. But I was waiting for it to be like, each time we're like waiting for it to be kind of sappy and dopey, and by the end we're like, Ed and I are both like crying, like looking at each other, like hysterically, like crying, like we're such saps, and I'm like, but we're not saps. It's our magic. It's our love. We love, love, love. We love love. So the moral of the story is for this bonus pile for us is like not to forget that we are the creators. Like we are all the creators. We come from the creator. You know, I call them, like when I say gods and goddesses, like I know that they are part of the creation, but to me, I say benevolent creator because I feel like it is like we came from one source, right? Like something. And then I feel like the gods, the goddesses, fairies, angels, like everything else, like kind of like we're just like branches of the, you know, the government, so to speak, but like the beautiful celestial government. You know, it's like these are the messages that I get from the Galactic Federation, you know, that this has been happening for a really long time all over the universe. It's just really cool. And if you've never seen the movie Contact, I highly recommend you watch it. If you haven't watched it in a long time, please watch it. It's one of those movies I own. I've seen it so many times that I literally can like verbatim like go into the whole like, you know, but every time I see it through new eyes because it's a new story really to me, because I'm like now, especially now, like Ed said the other day, he goes, do we have contact? I'm like, yeah, but we thought we were moving, so we packed everything away. And he's like, he was kind of like curious to watch it again. And I'm like, oh yeah. But there's a scene, I don't want to say too much, but there's just this scene where like certain things get explained to her. And it's at the end of the movie, and it's really, really cool, and it's really profound. And I remember seeing that for the first time many, many years ago, and how much it resonated with me. And I'm like, yep, that's about how it has always felt like that to me. It has always felt like this kind of like, we don't know. None of us know. Like, we're all from different places. None of us really know how this started or what happened, or we just know that we all divinely feel love. Like, we all know that. Like, we all know love. We all know, you know, fear and, you know, sadness or whatever. And that's from that. So, I mean, there could be planets that know nothing but love. You know what I mean? So that's the exciting part. But whatever we're in right now, this awakening, wherever we are, it's one for the ages, and it's one for the books. So I highly urge you to really embrace this energy around the winter solstice. Welcome in the galactic energy of light and love. You know, stay in a high vibration, stay in a good place, stay surrounded by people that you love, that love you, that respect you, that are kind to you, who care about you. Stay in a high vibration. And for those of you who are walking this path alone, you warriors, I fucking love you. You are amazing. I love all of you, of course, but for those of you who are walking this path alone, I send you so much grace and love and support from far away. Know that even though I may not be speaking to you right now, I'm always looking out for you. Whenever you feel that little tug on your heart and you see me smiling, that's me looking out for you, because I have no malice for anybody. I love you guys. If you'd like to book a reading with me, all the information is below, and like I said in each pile, this is a donation-based reading only. I only do this this holiday special once in a while, and it's been a long time. I don't know if I've ever opened it to the public like this on my, I think I did, but it was when the tribe was smaller. We're a lot bigger now, so anyway, it's there for you. I'm here for you, whatever you need. Look in the about section if you just want a video. You don't want to work one-on-one with me, but you'd like me to do a video for you, and you can donate whatever you can. It doesn't matter. No amount is too great or too small. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Blessed be. Aho. Happy holidays. Bye.